our Canvas page. So, all right, the first set of words is vertical angle. It's if you have two angles that cross like this, it's the angles across here and here. Those are vertical angles. Angles that are opposite each other. And we know they are congruent. If you were to fold this piece of paper in half, this angle would perfectly match up with that angle. And the way I say congruent is this. I do a little loopy. I say this one's the same as this one. Another way to write that would be that this one, I could do two lines like that, is the same as that one. They have the same symbol. Okay, vertical angles. The next is complementary. This is a 90-degree angle. I know it because of this little symbol. Complementary angles are two angles that add to 90 degrees. So maybe this one is 40 and this one is 50. All right, next, supplementary. They are angles that add to 180 degrees. And if you think about it, a circle, all the way around the circle is 360. So if the angles make half a circle, that would be 180. These two angles right here are supplementary. This one is 150 and this one is 30. However, they do not have to touch like that. You could have one here. Okay, there's the 150 and maybe the 30 is over here. They don't have to be touching. Okay, next, a linear pair are two angles that form a line. Okay, so it looks like this. These are a linear pair. A linear pair is a special type of supplementary angles because they form a line at the bottom. They do have to be touching, and they actually make half a circle. So they add to 180 degrees as well because they are a type of supplementary. It could be anything. Maybe this one is 120, and so this one is 60. All right, so I'm going to show you a proof, just like we did, and we will practice this next time as well. It says prove the vertical angle theorem. So given angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. So remember, that's the first thing I put. And why do I know that? Because it was given. Then it says angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. So it claims that angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary, and the angle 2 and angle 3 are supplementary, and it claims that that's the case because they form a linear pair. These two make a line at the bottom, and the orange and the green one make a line at the bottom. Okay, so we can see from the picture that they make a line at the bottom. We can see from the picture that they form half a circle. So we can say they're supplementary. Now it says, head up. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180, and the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. Why do I know that if they're supplementary, that means I can say they add to 180? That is the definition of supplementary. So 3 is definition of supplementary. 4 is transitive. We skip the middle so that if you have the same haircut as your friend and your friend has the same haircut as a monkey, you can skip the your friend and say, you have the haircut of a monkey. Subtract the measure of angle 2 from both sides, so the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, and we're almost there. If they are the same size, then they must be congruent. Okay, here we go. Name the vertical angles in the figure below. Well, angle 1 is vertical to angle 3. They're the same angle but across the picture. And angle 4 is vertical to angle 2. Same angle but across the picture. Find the following. Yes, question. You could absolutely then say angle 4 is congruent to angle 2, or the measure of angle 4 is equal to the measure of angle 2. Perfect. Using that same idea now, we're going to solve a problem. It says find the following. We have these angles. EBD, we have the blue angle. ABE, we have the green angle. And CBD, we have the orange angle. And we want to know how big they are. So I love that he said wouldn't they all be the same, but look, these two are big angles, obtuse angles, and these two are acute angles. Which one is the same as 125, guys? Green, blue, or orange?
Blue.
Blue, because they are vertical angles. And then I claim you also know how big the orange one is, because these two form a linear pair, which means they are supplementary, so they have to add to 180. So 180 minus 125, how big are they? 55 degrees. And if this one's 55, that one's 55. Don't forget your degree symbols. So then, this is just vocab. The white one, and it's the EBD. The blue one, okay, are vertical. Okay, and the green one and the white one are supplementary. They form a linear pair. They are supplementary. Okay, so the white one and the blue one are vertical, and the white one and the green one form a linear pair, so they are supplementary. So just like we did for 4.2, where you needed to solve a bunch of problems, remember that work goes on the back of the OWL worksheet, writing equations. We're going to write an equation. We know that this angle is equal to this angle because they're vertical, right? They are congruent. I know that angle ABE is congruent to angle CBD because they're vertical. They're across from each other in that X, which means the measure of angle ABE is equal to the measure of angle CBD, and then I could use substitution and say that means that 60 equals 2x plus 30. And on your homework, you don't actually have to do this part. You don't have to write out the letters. You're just saying, hey, look, these two are vertical, so they're equal. I can write an equation and solve it. Okay, so draw your line through the equals. We're going to minus 30 from both sides. 30 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2 using the division property of equality, and x equals 15. Now be careful, you do the same thing on homework 4.2. But they don't just want x, they want you to plug it back in. So it says, how big is CBD? I don't need to plug that in. I already know that it is 60, but I could have 2 times 15 plus 30 would be 60. And because these form a linear pair, they make half a circle, this one better be 120, and this one has to be 120. Here we go. Today, guys, looking at these two, they are complementary, which means they add to 90 degrees. So again, we know that this much plus this much has to equal 90. Oh, I had the thing off. I didn't. So 3x plus 2 plus 4 plus x equals 90. That's the only part that's new in this class, is recognizing that they add to 90. Now we solve. Draw a line through the equals. We're going to combine like terms, so 3x plus 1x is 4x. 2 plus 4 is 6. And then it's basic algebra. Minus 6 from both sides. 4x equals 84. Divide by 4. And x equals 21. And in this case, I just asked for x, so I don't have to plug it in. How could I check though? I could plug it in. 4 plus 21. This piece is 25, which means this piece must be 75. Oops, I mean 65, because they have to add to 90. last but not least, literally last, is number 2. Okay, if this is 90, all of these angles form a straight line, which must mean they add to 180. So these two as well must be 90. So then we could say 4x plus 1 plus 29 equals 90, which gives us, if we combine like terms, 4x plus 30 equals 90, minus 30 from both sides, 4x equals 60, divide by 4. You are required to write this down, no matter who you are. X equals 15. Can anybody see an easier way I could have done this? She was going to say this. Good job. This whole thing right here is 90. 90 minus 29 is 61. So you could have just said 4x plus 1 equals 61. This much is 61. Minus 1 from both sides, and you would get the same answer. So there are a few ways to do these. We're going to stop there. If you want to start 4.4, you can.